As the same as if we're spin fishing anywhere else, I almost always carry multiple rods, typically 2 or sometimes 3. And the reason is this: different lengths, different powers, and possibly different actions as well. My actions all tend to be fast action, meaning that the rod bends at the very tip of the rod more than anywhere else. So a truly fast action rod bends down here at this end at the very tip of the rod, but has a little more meat or a little more beef or power, whatever you want to call it, through the middle of the rod right here. I couple that with fast to extra fast reel, something 5.8 or more on as far as the gear ratio, and almost always we've got either nanofill or we've got some sort of a light fluorocarbon, typically a fluorocarbon XL. In nanofill's case, it's going to be somewhere between 4 and 8 pound in most scenarios, and if we look at the fluorocarbon, it's going to be between about 4 and 6 pound in most scenarios. Nanofill doesn't care about torsional rigidity, it doesn't care about twist, it doesn't care a whole lot about how light the lure is, so I really love the nanofill from that standpoint. You'll notice that both these rods match right here. I've got a St. Croix Trout Series rod in both hands. The difference in the two is one's a 7-foot light and the other one's a 6-foot ultra light as far as the power goes. The ultra light, I've got the nanofill and it's set up for the smallest lures I'm going to throw. The light powered rod has got a little more backbone to it, and it's got the fluorocarbon on it, and that's the one I'll probably do the bulk of my jigging with. So these two are the minimum that I carry. If I'm going to a bigger river somewhere, I'll step up to a medium light as well, a little bit more power, and that's because I'll throw a little bit bigger lures. When St. Croix designed the Trout Series rods, a couple of key design features came into play, and that's why we use them in the river a lot. First of all, they're very lightweight, and that's important because we're talking a lot of times about relatively small fish. If you're going brook trout fishing, a very small reactive rod's a lot of fun. The other thing about the Trout Series rods I already kind of alluded to, the tips of them are very light so that you can throw real light lures really quickly, but they're a little bit more beefy through the backbone than some other general use fishing rods because trout live in current. So in a lot of cases, you're going to hook trout in water and he's going to pull you in a current. You need a little bit more backbone to get him out of there. So the Trout Series rods were designed specifically for throwing lures in running water for trout.